This last time I summited, I was pulling myself to the top. And as I got to the very roof of the world, which is honestly only this big, the wind completely died. It was completely silent. It was almost deafening. And I looked way in the distance, miles and miles below me. And I saw what looked like an explosion of infrared shooting the colors of the spectrum up into the sky. What was it? A gorgeous Tibetan sunrise. Rays cast on this perfect black Everest summit. A pyramid. The silhouette of Everest. Black. Against what looked like tiny little, perfectly white teeth biting into the sky. That's not what those were, of course. Those were the highest mountains in the world down there. The Himalayas of Nepal fell away, taken over by the Tibetan plateau. And it's gone. And in every direction I can see the curvature of the earth. It's like I'm on this huge ball. And I look straight up. And even though it's daytime, do you know what color I saw? It was black, because I was that close to the outer atmosphere. There have been as few people to this spot as there have been astronauts to outer space. I was so happy, and I did not want to go home. It was great to be on top. But we can't be on top for long, can we? This is where I ask you. When's the last time you felt like this? We see that in the paper every day. Sports, business, whatever. Somebody on top of the world. How about for you? Was it at home, at work, someplace else? Where those months and years of work and sacrifice and toil had resulted in this crowning achievement where you are on top of the world. Do you want it again? Do you want that feeling? Well, what's the next Everest in your life? And how are you going to get there? There's so much power in every person, and I know so much potential has been lived. You've got incredible things going on now, and there's incredible mountains that you're going to climb onward and upward. Well, the Sherpas say when you get to the top of the next mountain, just keep on climbing. And I want to bid you adieu, as the Sherpa people in Nepal say. They say namaste, which means I salute the God or the goddess within you. Thank you so much for your attention. God bless you, and have a good night, everyone. Cheers. Thank you very much. Thanks. Thank you.
Outstanding.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Great presentation.
Thanks. Take ice chips, throw them against a huge fan. They're coming back at us at about 100 miles an hour. It's 50 below. Our skin is freezing, naturally. But because there's 10 times the UV radiation up there, our skin would be burning as it freezes. We're working out all day on a stepper, every day, for 6 or 8 weeks, and we perch the stepper on the edge of a 2,903.5-story building. The air is so thin and dry. Whenever we breathe, it's more like coughing in and out. Like this, and every time our heart beats, which is maybe 180 beats a minute, it's like a railroad train. It's going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth over our head. Does that sound like any fun to you at all? It's really not. Less than 10% of those who ever attempt the mountain ever get to the top. And a pretty sad statistic is, of that lucky 10%, if 5 folks were to successfully summit, 1 person will not come back alive. What does that have to do with me, you might say? And the answer might be up there. Absolutely nothing. Or perhaps it's that. Everything. Isn't this a metaphor for life? There are things that are very difficult at home, at work, personally, professionally, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. We all have obstacles to overcome, don't we? And it's tough on Everest. It's tough in real life. It's tough in business and with families and so on. I would hope in your way you can relate to this. And my Everest story has everything to do with yours. No frostbite, no death, lots of smiles. Why such a difference between 99 and 2001? Well, here it is. The secret of success was everybody took care of themselves. And everybody took care of each other. But the difference is in the execution. And here are 4 things that I've noticed. First of all, The really successful ones, they've got this fire to get something started. And they'll do whatever it takes to get there. Second thing, if there are folks around who say, you're nuts, you're crazy, you can't do this. It's never been done like that before around here. Who do you think you are? Well, we learn what we can from those folks. Maybe they're right. Maybe things are different. Maybe we're different. Maybe we can learn things and move on. Thirdly, we know what everybody else is doing. But if I'm at Camp 3 and I'm watching people, they're leaving base camp. They're at Camp 1, 2, 3. If I'm preoccupied with what everybody else is doing and not controlling my own destiny, I'm going to freeze in the snow there. Yeah, we're small, we're tiny, we're fragile. But there's so much power in every single one of us, and we have a purpose, a meaning, a mission in life, and we've got all it takes. We just got to find what it is and exercise those skills.
Dave Rodney is one of the very few in world history to successfully summit the world's tallest mountain, Mount Everest, not just once, but twice. He has also earned 3 university degrees, built his own business, and worked in numerous countries, including the Third World. Dave is featured in 17 books and documentaries, including Heroes with Heart, Extraordinary Lives, Lost in Everest's Death Zone, and Back to Everest, the Dave Rodney story. His photography, videography, and written work have been utilized by the likes of National Geographic, the BBC, Life and Discovery Channel's International, and even Oprah. Dave takes a special pride in working with local, national, and international causes, including his Mountain of Heroes Foundation for Children.